2-0 defeat, a little bit harsh I think. It was because in many ways I thought we played some decent stuff today.
Yeah, a little bit of deja vu from Saturday's game, Walshy, when we come up against a top team and matched them for most of the game. It was a little bit of magic from the midfielder, Lawler, and that first 10 minutes, his volley from the edge of the box. I just said to the boys there that 9 times out of 10 in most games that volley goes in the car park. There's not the lads in this league can perform a technique like that. So it's frustrating, but I just felt the 3 or 4 corners in the first 10 minutes were because we started sloppily. Now whether that was a bit of tiredness or whatever, that's ultimately what cost us that goal. If we'd just been on the front foot a little bit more, then those corners wouldn't have come about. But then after that, first half, especially last 20 minutes of the first half, we got in some brilliant areas. And again, people are shooting at from the wrong angles when they can square. People square things and it gets cut out. It's just a little bit of composure, I think, running in there. But we had to patch people up, and people were playing when they were sick, and I had to beg people to practically get on the bus, this morning. So a fantastic effort, and 2-0 flatters them massively. I'm not just saying that. We're always honest in the way we approach the end of the game. Sort of talk we have, and they've got good players, so it was always going to be a threat. But 2-0, I think, it just flatters them slightly.
The no way we talk about getting a bright start, but isn't it odd that in the last 3 games, 3 defeats, we've conceded an early goal? Yeah,
and that makes it difficult. Then we all of a sudden we get a kick up the backside and we start playing. So it's got to happen before that. We've got to go ahead in games and take our chances. But I think we should have been at least level at half time. They didn't really do a massive amount first half wise. A few corners that were a bit dangerous, but a lot of us was on the counter attack or some good play, link up play, and getting Jacob in down the left hand side, and Arnie was spinning into that channel also. So yeah, it's a composure around the penalty area, and then 1 or 2 teams have got better players around penalty areas that can just make things happen. The second goal we're saying is harsh on us, but it was a great little finish.
It must be frustrating for you, Darren, the fact that we go out today against a second in the table side, and we outplay them for quite a fair bit of the game.
Yeah, well, frustrating for the players. I'm not the one that has to go and do the work and produce 90 minutes like that after 90 minutes against other league favourites on Saturday. So just generally, you've got to remain positive about it. That's 3 defeats on the spin, 2 performances that have been exceptional, and the Colby one, the Bishops one, where we just let ourselves down a little bit. So we've now got to pick ourselves up, and Worcester have picked a result up today that we didn't need to do, but they're still down there with us. Their form isn't very good, so we've got to take this performance and Halifax performance into Saturday, and firstly we've got to find a team that they're going to be able to run and sort the legs out. So that'll be difficult. We lost Philip again today with an ankle injury. David Hughes, obviously he's practically coming off on one leg, and Joe's calf has tightened up on him, so got to patch people up for Saturday.
The other thing, of course, from your point of view, frustrating is budgets. The last 2 teams we played, Halifax and Guiseley, able to bring new players in towards strengthen the squad towards the end of the season.
Yeah, and they've still got players. Guiseley especially have got players on the sidelines that we're getting our starting 11 that aren't being picked and have got slight injuries, and they can afford to leave them out. So that's what you're up against in any league. There's managers up and down the division. I think all 4 of the top teams in Cumbria have got the same issue budget-wise. Greg, I know, is hampered by it, and Bales at Barrow. Likewise, Kendall, we're all struggling for budget in Cumbria, and then there's not the nucleus of footballers in Cumbria that we can bring in. So it's difficult for all the Cumbrian sides, and I feel for the other managers also.
The last 2 games been against sides in the top 5, pushing for promotion. 4 of the last 5 games of ours are against teams below us. Those really are the games we're looking to pick up the points from.
Yeah, that was always the case. When myself and Tony sat down with the last 10 games left, where we might nick a draw possibly, and where we can then look to pick some points up. So it's still in our hands, and it's a big ask for Colwyn to really catch us. I'm not saying they can't catch 1 or 2 above, but we should have enough in our armoury, as you say, to win at least 2 of those games, and that will inevitably keep us up.
Darren, thanks for joining.